Hello everyone and welcome back. I am the Night Owl here for some more Crimson Vow. Probably only going to be a little bit of this left before the season changes. I'm not sure actually what time Kamigawa hits Arena. I should look into that, but I plan on doing this pretty regularly up until Kamigawa releases. So there's still going to be plenty of Vow left to see. Alright. I'm going pretty quick here. Let's go. Let's see it. Perfect. Alright. Our first pick is... Interesting. Okay. So, actually a lot of options here. You could take Overcharged Amalgam, which is a strong first pick. I think it's stronger than the Angelic Quartermaster, which is a very strong uncommon, and arguably a better color. This card's really good. But it does help if you have like Exploit Fodder, but you don't really need it. I mean, it can act as a counterspell just by itself, and then if you do have something like counterspelling something and creating just a 3/3 is really good. I'm inclined to take Dormant Grove. I think this card is like super good, and in a color I like more than blue. This might be a bad pick. It's like the power level of this card isn't so insane that I'm like crazy about getting into blue for it. I try to stay out of blue unless I need to be there. The color's kind of balanced, but it's like fine. There's also Lantern Bearer, which I think I would take the Amalgam over the Lantern Bearer. And then there's a Braid, which a Braid is like the best common in the pack, probably. I kind of want to take the Dormant Grove here. Maybe I'm like kind of missing by like passing the Overcharged Amalgam. This is a first pick I'm not super sure about, and it actually has a little bit more to do with maybe my own bias than like the straight up strength of the cards. But it's not bad. I feel content with that. I don't feel like I'm like whiffing by like passing one of the other cards. I'll put it that way. Here, our green cards aren't amazing, though there is Cloak Cadet. So this isn't a card I take highly, but I already have a Dormant Grove, and it becomes like really insane with Dormant Grove. So the thing about Cloak Cadet is actually quite good if you are drawing a card the turn that you play it, which typically means that you have to attack with a training creature. However, with Dormant Grove, it kind of operates the same way. And in fact, I don't need another training creature. I can have the Dormant Grove instead. So Cloak Cadet actually kind of goes way up if you're supporting it in that way. And the thing is, the rest of this pack isn't amazing. None of the commons are that great except for Scavenger. Scavenger's pretty good. And then Panic Bystander is like maybe the other best uncommon here, but I don't really, like, it's not so good that I want to like just jump into another color. So this is a really early Cloak Cadet, but I actually think it goes well with my first pick. Another Cloaked Cadet. Is that madness? Another option here is Sharpshooter, but if I take this Cloaked Cadet here, maybe I can really lean into this. I think of the commons, Sharpshooter is really good. Again, part of the reason I like green is because I think this is like the fourth best common, but it's actually really strong as far as commons go. The fourth best green common. Spore Crawler, Wolf Strike, and Mariner just nudging this out by a little bit, but it's still pretty great. Otherwise, there's like Villager, Social, like no reason to like not take a green card here. And I think if I'm going to go down this road, like I don't need this many expensive cards. Like this is kind of a weird start to a draft in a little bit, but it's kind of the most like pointed in a specific direction. Also, these tend to wheel kind of late, even though I think they're quite good. So I'll just do it. Okay, here. Tempted to take Ripsaw. There's also Suitor, but then there's also the Wolf Strike. I think I just want to take the green card here. This is like kind of nice. I mean, I love this card. I had a whole draft that was like really leaning into this card, and it was really excellent, and it doesn't even need that much work. Ripsaw is also like a really kind of irreplaceable card in a way. But I think that especially once you're playing green, like it's really, you need a really strong reason to be passing these Wolf Strikes because it's just the best interaction you're going to get for the most part, and interaction is really important. And in fact, it's probably the best common still remaining in the pack, so kind of a good sign. Both of these cards are quite good though, and it's like I'm a little sad to be passing them, but I think just with all the green cards I have already, the Wolf Strike's probably the most important. Let's just go with that. Okay, here, best green card's a Massive Might. Don't really need that. There's Wedding Security, which is a really strong uncommon, but I already got 2 5-drops. This only triggers on humans, and it's like, and you need like a bunch of blood. So like, while this is a really strong card, if I'm already kind of pointed that direction, I don't think that's where I want to go. There's Gluttonous Guest, which maybe feels a little silly when the Wedding Security is in the pack, because while this is a 3-drop, it's like kind of it's a lower impact card in the same color. Kind of take a feel for Villager. I don't need to take the Massive Might at this point. This is actually a pretty strong card, and I'm like leaning into the werewolf colors. And then I saw that Suitor, which, it was only pick 3 there, no, pick 4. But that is kind of a sign that like people aren't picking the stronger red cards. Like maybe somebody took a red rare here, but there's also there's Statuette, which I mean I don't really need, but Okay, here I think it's Weaver of Blossoms. One of the better commons remaining in the pack. Anyways, I mean, there's Harem, there's Gluttonous Guest. Nobody's specifically black-white. You can't really take this as a sign. I think I'd just take the Weaver of Blossoms here. Stay green. I like having this card, especially I like getting this card early on in the packs in case I open like some sort of sick rare. It's like makes it easier to splash anything I get. Pretty clear here. This, what do I think? Oh, another Wolf Strike. Yeah, I'll take it. Other pick would probably be like Villager. Again, these black cards are fine. Villager's here. Scorpion would be good as a 2-drop here, but Wolf Strike is just pretty irreplaceable. Let's take it here. What do I think of this? So I am looking like I could be a Hungry Ridge Wolf deck, and I do have kind of a bad habit of like filling out my expensive cards before I get like all my 2-drops, and this is looking like it could be a good 2-drop for my deck. But I think again I'm just going to stay green. I'm just going to pick this Flourishing Hunter, pick all the green cards. I might miss this Werewolf or this Ridge Wolf if I am red-green, but let's just stick with the green cards here. Same idea. Let's just take the Sporeback Wolf. I need a 2-drop. Silverins might be a little bit better. Evolving Wilds can be reasonable here. Here, we'll just take Snarling Wolf. Okay. Both good, but again, we'll take Dawnhard Disciple. Just kind of the same idea. Like, let's just take all green cards. It's a 2-drop. I mean, I think Feel for Villager is like a little better, but not so much so that, you know, I want to pick like a 3-drop over the 2-drop in my color. Let's just do that. Here, red-green isn't really a Bloody Betrayal deck. We'll take Lacerate Flesh in case I need it. Start on the board. I don't really play that card a lot. So, problem being, I took 2 Cloak Cadets, and I really don't have like any other like humans that can put some +1 counters, so we'll see what I do about that. A good chance I'm not playing this Statuette, but I could. There's a Lightning Wolf. Well, I could still be red-green. Let's see. Boy. Dollhouse of Horrors, huh? This card is really good. I've never really had it super go off for me, but I think red-green might be like an okay archetype for it, in the sense that like, okay, like I've had it in blue-white decks before, and what ends up happening is you have like all these disturb creatures that you don't want to like return anyways. Other cards would be Infestation Expert, the other Wolf Strike, which I think I would take over the Bleed Dry here, and then maybe Feel for Villager, but I think it'd be one of the green cards before Dollhouse. But let's just take Dollhouse. I mean, this is kind of a bomb, right? I'm going to need cheaper creatures. You want to have creatures in the graveyard when you cast this card. It's a little bit of a risk. Like, this card is really good, but it's more risky than it seems, I guess is what I'm getting at. Here, nothing very special at all. I think I'm inclined to just take the Weaver here. The 2-drop in the Wolf is, like, pretty nice, but I just think Weaver's, like, both better and more important in a way. Because, again, like, I'm really not married to red. If I get, like, some insane cards in other colors, having 2 Weavers is going to be really helpful. And then I can maybe pick up other 2-drops besides Sporeback Wolf, which is only fine. And then I'm really not passing anything too crazy here. Now, what do I think of this? So there's another Weaver. There's a Visionary, which I'm thinking that red's a possibility just because I saw decent red coming by in pack 1. White does pair better with both of my Cloak Cadets. Is that important that I should be leaning into that? I don't know. It's kind of tough. This is actually a tough pick. So I think Visionary is a way better card than pretty much any of the other things I could pick right now. I think the whites pair better with specifically Cloak Cadet, but like maybe Cloak Cadet isn't that important. Because Cavalry's like on the weaker side. Griff Rider is definitely weak. Heron's the better white card out of all of these. Let's just take the Visionary. Well, another Visionary. This is filling out my 2-drop slot nicely. This is a pretty powerful card. Good beater, offers some card draw in a color pair that doesn't have like a ton of card draw. So yeah, the cadets are getting increasingly awkward, but I still think this is the way to go. I could take one of the green tricks, but I just don't think that that's important as like having solid 2-drops. Now we have a bunch of white cards. There's a Retrieve, which I just don't look like a Retrieve deck. I mean, I have barely any like non-creature, but like I got Dollhouse for non-creature permanents. It's not very common that you need that. It's like Wedding Invitation, or I could take like one of the white cards. I don't want Crushing Canopy. I don't want Nature's Embrace. I could take like Valorous Stance. I mean, it's like splashable, I guess. Could be kind of good. I think it's like better than like all my other options here. Besides like maybe Wedding Invitation, which I'm not even like excited about. I don't know. I don't plan on splashing that, but we'll just take that just in case. Wow, a third Wolf Strike. Yeah, let's do it. Um, Scorpion, Stalker would be reasonable, but let's just take the Wolf Strike. I have good removal set up. I'm going to need better creatures. I'm going to need better creatures for sure over time. But 3 Wolf Strikes I'm not sad about. I mean, it's hard to have too many of these. Oh. Do I want a 4th Wolf Strike? Goodness. So my creature suite is getting a little weak for the Wolf Strikes because, like, I don't have, like, gigantic creatures. Like, you know, my plan is, like, typically you get like 2 Wolf Strikes a draft, and then you, like, end up filling your deck out with creatures, and it ends up being, like, really pretty, like, it works out okay, but, like, 4 might be pushing it, but I think I like it better than, like, the Disciple, because my 2-drop slots are already, like, filled out, sort of. I don't want any of this stuff. Maybe I'll take Bramble Armor. I don't want to play Bramble Armor, but, like, if I end up with a bunch of Wolf Strikes and a bunch of weak creatures, like, it actually might be kind of good. Here I'll take Villager, which I think is better than Flame Breather or Impulse. I do have, like, a bunch of spells that, like, Flame Breather's okay, but I just think Villager's going to be a little bit more important for a deck like this. Yeah. Here. Ancestral Anger, Pyrespawn. That could be Pyrespawn. I already got 1 6-drop. I really doubt I'd play this. I really doubt the Anger's making my deck too, though. It does pair with Wolf Strike in an interesting way. We'll take this. There's, like, basically no chance I play the Pyrespawn. And then, yeah, like, maybe we got a couple... We get, like, play an Anger deck, and it, like, weirdly makes my Wolf Strikes better. Like, yeah, maybe. Weary Prisoner probably won't making the deck. Actually, let's leave it in for now, just in case, but... It does seem like there's some amount of white coming around, but none of it's, like, amazing. Like, I'm sad about the white because of my Cloak Cadets. Like, Cloak Cadet pairs best with the white cards, but, it's not that important, you know? Here I think it's Massive Might. Don't really like taking Massive Might here, but none of the red cards are good. None of these, like, pull me into a different direction. Like, none of this is, like, splashable in a way that I care about. And again, helps bolster my Wolf Strikes. I mean, it's, like, kind of awkward to, like, need to play these both in the same turn, but it's, like, once I have 4 Wolf Strikes, it's really, really, really important that my Wolf Strikes are actually, like, playable cards. Yeah, I was really hoping the Cloak Cadet route would work out. This really is more of a green-white card, but I was hoping that, you know, it's possible, depending on how the drafts go, that, like, I ended up with, like, you know, 15 Apprentice Sharpshooters in front of me. Like I said, people just pass that card all around. Wow, what to do here? So there's another Visionary. I'm kind of hesitant to take a 3rd Visionary because, like, you really can't afford to activate it that much, and the Sharpshooter, again, like, helps with the Cadets a lot more. I think I'm going to take it, though, because if this just plays as a 3-1, that, like, might be okay, and my 3-drop slot is really locked up then. I think it's better than Slinger, which is just kind of unimportant and fine. The other card would be Sharpshooter here, basically, and I just think that having this really high-quality 2-drop, even though it's, like, kind of butting up against my other Visionaries, is more important. I might regret this, because I think Sharpshooter would be good. Oh, here we go. How about Taxidermist? Now, if I see anything, like, really super good in another color, I can be, like, more unafraid to splash. Like, I might, like, take, like, a strong removal spell in another color if I see something like that, because I got 2 Weavers. I'll take the Taxidermist. It has, like, a little counter synergy with Dollhouse, but I think that just this is one of the better 2-drops. I don't have amazing 4-drops to cast. I don't know. I think I really need to focus on filling out my creature suite a little bit. Yeah. I think that's better here than, like, anything else, for sure. Alright, there's a Sure Strike, there's a Wandering Mind. A Wandering Mind might actually be reasonable. I mean, I got, it's like a non-creature, non-land card, and so that's, like, how many of those do I have? I have, what, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like I'm not crazy about splashing it, but the thing is, like, otherwise it's like Sure Strike. Like, there's really nothing else here, right? And so it's like kind of an interesting card because it does, like, find me some of my better cards. Like, it finds me, like, 2 of my what I would consider, like, bombs. I don't know if I'm going to play this, but it's a reasonable pick, I think. Oh, a 3rd Cloaked Cadet, huh? I can't imagine that that's right here. I don't really have the Vampires from Markov Retribution. It's unfortunate I'm seeing green and red on commons, but they're just, like, not amazing for what I'm actually doing. Could take the other Massive Might. Could take the other Massive Might. I don't think I'm going to play 3 Cloak Cadets, even if I, like, pick cards with +1/+1 counters, like, a million times here. So I'm just going to take another Massive Might. Okay, here I think it's Sharpshooter, because I am going to play the cadets, I think, in some degree, and it'll help with that. I could take the evolve. I mean, unfortunately there's a bunch of cards here for me. I don't think it's. I think I have enough 2-drops that I don't need Celebrant. It could be the third Weaver, and then I would like play Wandering Mind without even thinking about it. Probably going to play this anyways, though, just because I mean I got like good spells like that. But I think the Sharpshooter is both good enough and helps with the cadets enough that this is kind of where I want to be. What do we think of this? Could be a Sporeback Wolf, but I have no Wolf synergies. So is Flame Breather a better spell? A little bit. A little bit. I do have like a solid number of non-creature spells. I actually don't know. I think it might be. Here we got a third Ancestral Anger. Maybe I want to go off an Ancestral Anger in this deck. I mean, I could try it. The other option's like Solblade Singer, but I already got... So I could play the Ancestral Angers. Wandering Mind becomes like a lot better in that case because it'll like almost always find something, and then the Flame Breather's also good, and then it makes all my Wolf Strikes better because my creatures are honestly pretty anemic for the Wolf Strike. I'm gonna try it. We'll see if that actually even pans out, but yeah, we'll take Weary Prisoner here in case I just really desperately need it. This is... So is it Millipede or is it Flame Breather? Millipede has counter synergy with the Dollhouse, though it also has synergy with the Dollhouse. I think I'm going to take the Flame Breather, though, and I'm going to kind of go in like a more aggressive direction, and I'm going to maybe try the Ancestral Anger deck. It seems like this is a little outside of like what I normally kind of do. Like, this isn't the kind of thing that I really try to go for that often, but let's see if that even ends up working out. I'll have to look at the final deck list, because it's like I don't even have half the stuff in my deck right now, but we'll see how I feel about this. Typically not something I do, but it's good to like kind of draft outside of your comfort zone a little bit. Like, I think it's really easy. I know this is something I experience with myself a little bit. It could be easy to get kind of stuck in a rut with like how you just like normally draft. Like, you don't really think about it, you know, and you kind of like fall into the same habits. All right, so let's build the deck. We'll start with one Massive Might, the Disciple, the Taxidermist, Wolf Sharpshooter, both the Weavers, all the Wolf Strikes, the Grove. We'll play maybe just one Cloak Cadet, the Hunter, the Dollhouse, and I have 3 cards. So I could just play, well, I don't have the Flame Breathers in right now. Right? This is a funny looking deck. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. So I don't have the Flame Breathers in right now, and I think if I'm going to be playing the Angers, the Flame Breathers are kind of important. I might not have room for the Wandering Mind. I'm also only playing one of the Massive Mights. So what do I do? What do I do? I don't think this is going to happen, but Dollhouse Visionary is kind of a funny combo because I don't think I have like the life total to play around with to do that. But if I Dollhouse the Visionary, I do get like infinite card draw, infinite based on my life total with the Visionaries, which is that's kind of funny. Yeah. I think Dollhouse, my guess is, I'm going to play it, but my guess is Dollhouse is going to be a little awkward in this deck. Do I even like the Cadet? I mean, it only pairs with the Grove and the Sharpshooter, and otherwise it's like a 2/5, and it's like I have a hard time having creatures that are bigger than that to like even train it. This really didn't work out, which is okay. I mean, it was like, I think it was interesting to like take those as like kind of an early risk to see if it like panned out, you know? I do have enough splashing, and maybe I could play the Valorous stance too. I mean, I got a lot of options. This is one of those decks where I'm not positive on what the best build is. If I play all 3 Angers, like, is that just like too aggressive? I could play all 3 Angers, and then I could probably play 16 lands in this deck actually. Go like that, put one of the Flame Breathers in, and then maybe actually cut like Spore back and play the other Flame Breather. And then, what do I got? I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 non-creature spells, 14 creatures. I really don't like this Dollhouse. Cards I'm not playing: Massive Might, Lacerate Flesh. I don't care about any of this. I'm not playing the Snarling Wolf. Snarling Wolf is like pretty low impact. It's not bad. It's not bad. I just don't really have like much reason to be playing it, sort of. The reason I want to play 16 lands is because with 3 Ancestral Angers, they're spells, but they'll just like, there are 3 spells that just draw me a card immediately. So there's a better chance that I'll find lands. I have no blood, basically. So there's a decent chance I'll flood a little bit here while having like lots of mana creatures. This deck's kind of at odds with itself. I think I was in good colors, like I could have been white, but all the white cards I saw were like fine. Whereas like I got like all these visionaries out of my red. Though I guess there wasn't like really any amazing red. I'll have to go back and look and see if maybe white was the better option here. I could have ended up like a better like green-white training deck or something like that. What do I think of this build? I'm tempted to play the Wandering Mind. It seems kind of good, honestly. Like I could use some like card advantage in this deck, and then like I only got to play like 1 island, with 3 mana creatures in the deck. Pairs well with Dollhouse. Pairs well with Dormant Grove in a way. What don't I like? Maybe the Cadet's just not where it's at. Again, I need more card draw, but like none of my cards turned it on. Visionary does. Like I can like attack with Visionary, I guess, in Cadet. But like I have to have my Dormant Grove like almost specifically, or like the Sharpshooter with like no other 4-drops to like play alongside that. Or I could like, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely one of the weaker cards. It just gets +1/+1. It's not counters on that either. Yeah. Again, it seems like a funny splash, but having a flyer that like has draw a card on it's really pretty nice. It's going to pair well with the Angers. I don't really want to cut Flourishing Hunter too, but like I am playing like a lower curve deck. I don't know. Seems fine. Seems good with Dollhouse. Yeah, maybe I'll cut the Cadet and play the Wandering Mind. It's like a card draw spell that's like a little more reliable. Well, except it's blue. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with it though. I think I'm going to try it. Then yeah, I don't really super miss any of this other stuff. Yeah, kind of odd that I'm playing the right colors, and this is kind of what I was talking about. I don't know if you guys remember my first video where it's like a lot of the cards in this set, it's like they are strong in like specific archetypes, but if you don't like end up like exactly that archetype, like there's secretly gold cards. Like this would be a lot better in the green-white decks. It doesn't say green-white on it, but it kind of is, I have all this mana. Not much to do with it though. Yeah, I think we'll give it a shot because I don't think adding any of these cards really changes that, except for Cloak Cadet in a way. Yeah, maybe that's Madness. Because Cadet does pair well with like all of like these kind of cards, in the sense that like it'll make it easier for me to attack with like a 2-drop creature and this in the same turn. But no, I think this is fine. I think this is kind of a weird deck, but definitely one of the stranger ones I've drafted in this set. But we'll try it. I think we'll just go 8 and 8 plus the island. What do I got? We're hiding. All right. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm playing 16 lands. Duh. We will cut a. Well, if I'm only playing 16 lands, now I'm actually less interested in just playing the island for the Wandering Mind. So let's actually just go back to the Cadet. We'll see. I might review that after a game or two. But let's try it like this. Okay. See you for round 1. Okay, round 1 here. Let's give it a shot. Against Yasarian, mythic opponent. This is a weird hand. I think I'm gonna hang on to it. This is kind of part of the problem with Ancestral Anger, is it's like just kind of a cantrip spell that, like, who knows what it'll be, you know, and if it's just another land, it's like, okay, well. Red-white. You play a Flame Breather. I play a Visionary. Let's see what they play here. If this Visionary dies, it's kind of bad. Wedding Invitation, okay. That's fine. Flame Blast Bolt, that's bad. That's what it looked like. I think they're going to wait for me to activate this, maybe. I don't want to just attack into that red. I don't want to just activate this while they can just kill it. Especially because there's a lot of my deck that I couldn't cast right now. I think I'm just going to jam Sharpshooter, maybe. Kind of a slow roll on this, but I think it's fine. I think you can bolt this now if you want. If not, I mean, you only got one red in play, so, like, it's going to make your future turns harder. Yeah. That went well. I think it would have been a big mistake to do something different there. Though, this is part of the problem with playing lots of non-creature spells. I talked about this a little bit before, but, you know, you look at my hand and it's like, well, geez. We'll start with this. Okay. So, what do I do? I think I just play Forest Visionary, pass. Right? Because I don't want to attack. I'm thinking they could have Rending Flame. They could have they could just have too much stuff that I don't want to massive bite onto the Sharpshooter. A turn with no spells. That's good and bad because it makes me wonder what they have in their hand. You know. Yeah. So I think I am going to activate this now. We'll sticker time. I'll Cloak of Death, sure. This works out. I got a sizable board. They gotta, like, actually do something here. Like, they can't just afford to, like, let their turn pass with no mana again. With no mana spent. They did. Okay, so I'm getting significantly ahead by them just chilling. I don't mean to be a negative Nancy here, but I really don't like the feel of this deck. I think it ended up a little awkward, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. But double Wolf Strike, Massive Might. Play the land. Oh. 2 blockers. Do I Massive Might this? If they have Rending Flame, it's kind of a blowout, but I think they would have cast it, right? I just don't think it's that important to do it. I'm just going to cast Dormant Grove. Fierce Retribution. Yeah, sure. Well, now they don't have Rending Flame. Maybe they got another Retribution. I think I am going to do this now. If they got another Retribution, they do. Dormant Grove is going to be kind of a problem for him. I could flip it on my next turn. I don't really know if I want to do that yet or not. Sure. Yeah. Actually, I think I might go like Ancestral Anger on this. Dormant Grove, put the counter here. Actually, do I want to be attacking with the Dormant Grove this turn? I think I kind of do. I just think it's like so much pressure that I don't... I think it's better than just like getting 1 or 2 more counters over time. Okay. It's 13. Okay. Is this, boy, I think I might not play anything. This might be by invitation only. That seems like a little paranoid maybe, but like they're not casting anything. They're caught on 4 mana. They're not, they didn't block there. And if they do play something else, I'll play like the Wolf Strike. I mean, they're not conceding. This looks like by invitation only, honestly. Now I'm regretting flipping. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Okay. I still might be able to kill them, depending on what they cast. Yeah, I really regret flipping the Grove now. Okay. Uh-huh. Sure. Alright, we got there. Holy cow. Well, I'm glad we read that. That did not have to go that way. Cool. Well, we made it. On to round 2. Okay, round 2. We are 1-0. Another Mythic opponent. Give me the tough ones today. We got Pink Busy. Oh, God. No, this is horrible. This is bad. This is definitely more acceptable. What do I like here? What do I keep? I think I might ditch the Flame Breather. I don't know. I guess Dollhouse doesn't really... So here's my conundrum. Dollhouse doesn't really mean that much if I don't have a lot of creatures. I mean, neither does Wolf Strike. So Flame Breather kind of goes with both of those. Taxidermist is kind of a mana spell that will help me get up to Dollhouse, and it's probably overall better than Flame Breather. Actually, maybe I get rid of Taxidermist, because the likelihood that it has counter synergy with Dollhouse, and I think it's going to be a little bit better than Dollhouse, because I'm going to be getting my cards out of the graveyard anyway, so I probably don't need the extra mana from this card. Flame Breathers will get a little more damage in, and it is a better defensive spell. I think that I get rid of Taxidermist here. Again, we see the dangers of running lots of non-creatures in your deck. The Lantern Bearer, which they must have just drawn. I'll breathe some flame. Uh-huh. You bash me. What do you got? Well, let's wait. Let's do Anger. Let's do Anger first. You can bounce this if you want, I guess. They're thinking about it. Yeah. That's pretty bad, too, because I got another mountain to play. But it was just a 1-for-1 ultimately. It's not the end of the world. If the rest of my hand was better, I'd feel a lot better about that sequence. I don't really want to play Visionary. Like, I think Visionary is kind of the more important spell to get down because I want the actual threat, and I think that I want also the card. And so I don't really want to cast it into open mana here. Let's go Flame Breather. Kind of anemic, but okay. Scattered Thoughts, sure. Wolf Strikes are looking bad. This is the kind of the worst deck I've had for them, honestly. Yeah, Fleeting Spirit, sure. I got another mountain. So we'll just cast this. They can't syncopate it. They could maybe do the other thing. Do I attack? I mean, I'm probably just gonna. No, they got enough cards in their graveyard that could just give first strike, so I can't really block. I don't really want a Wolf Strike. I suppose I'll just take the hit, and we're getting kind of beat up here. But maybe I'll like Wolf Strike at the end of their turn if they tap out or something like that. Or I don't know. I'm kind of in a tough spot no matter what, because if they attack with Fleeting Spirit, I could like say like block with Flame Breather. They could give it the first strike, but I just because these creatures like these rely on my creatures, like it's just like it's too risky. We'll just take the hit. Sure. I'm gonna try Wolf Striking that. They want to do another bounce here or something. Like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, first I'm going to do this. I am kind of low, but I think it's good enough. I have what? Just Anger in my graveyard? Wait, 2. Wait. A little risky. My life total's low. Another Wolf Strike. Well, yeah, we'll cast it. I'm going to go like this. Now the question is, do I want to do it to this other Fleeting Spirit as well? Because they could discard a card and save it, which is pretty good. What is that about? Almost is just an effect on their sleeves. I've never seen that before. I could do that on their turn, though. But they'll have mana for counter magic up. Kind of scary. I think I want to cast this Wolf Strike this turn. I'm just not sure. I think I attack here also. This can't really block effectively. But I'm not sure if I want to wait for them to cast something better or, you know, see. We'll just wait. Also, maybe they'll try to put like the Ancestor on this first. Like they'll go like Ancestor onto it and then a Wolf Strike, and then even if they discard to flicker it, yeah, it looks like that's what they're gonna do. Maybe. And then yeah, even if they flicker it, then like I can like eat the yeah. No attack with the Lantern Bear. What's that about? Maybe this is the wrong creature to do it to. Maybe they plan on blocking with Lantern Bearer and doing like Adamant Will or something. Which means they might be thinking about spending the Adamant Will here. It seems pretty straightforward to me if that's what they wanted to do. Okay. Must have something else in mind, which makes me a little nervous. There's a reason they thought about that. I mean, they could have still been like thinking about the discard, but like, why didn't they attack with the Lantern Bearer? I don't understand. And then my other thought was like maybe it's an exploit creature, but okay. You making me shuffle, or oh no, you shuffled your stuff. Okay, well, that's good. They don't know I got Dollhouse. Not that it's really doing a lot for me at the moment. Yeah. We battle. We battling. Yeah, alright, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this now. Activate only as a sorcery, right? Okay. The reason why I do this now, like, maybe Visionary was, like, the better card to cast there. However, in a way, like, it's the more impactful card to cast this turn, but I wanted to get that in through the counter magic. Diver Scab. Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming at some point. What are you eating? Oh, sure. It doesn't matter. Okay. We'll go Weaver. Visionary. Now, they might go Scab to the skies, but so be it. It puts me in kind of a tough spot, but yeah. Really could use what? Flourishing Hunter, maybe? Well, it ain't that. I can't actually risk activating the Visionary. Well, they're attacking me for 4. What's this? This is 5. This is 6 damage here, and then maybe I could squeeze another 6 out next turn, depending on what I draw. And boy, I really want to know what card's on top of my deck. But even no matter what it is, I think it actually doesn't really help me against the Scob. Basically, I need it to be Flourishing Hunter to gain a little life. I think I just battle. Yeah, I've heard this card described as like a huge bomb, but I just haven't seen it, honestly. I think maybe I'm like overrating it even in this deck. We'll see though. Well, that's lethal damage on the table. They have 2 cards in hand. I've drawn a Weaver of Blossoms, so I think I can't even activate this now, actually. And so I think that's just lethal. Yeah, I think I just died. Okay, that's all right. We lose that one. All right, we're 1-1. Round 3. All right, round 3. We are 1-1. We are 1-1. I made some changes to the deck real quick. So I cut a couple of the. So I cut Taxidermist for the Sporeback Wolf. I'm keeping this, by the way. And then I cut one of the Blossom, whatever, I forget exactly what they're called, for a Snarling Wolf. And I did that because my deck doesn't really... I'm not doing the splash thing. And I don't necessarily need any mana creatures. Like, my deck isn't like too expensive as far as that goes. And so it seemed to me better to have creatures that were a little more on the aggressive side if I'm going to be playing like all these Angers. And it's going to like make my cards like... Tumor, huh? Okay. It's going to make my cards like Keswick Flame Breather a little bit more acceptable. Here I think when I just cast Dawnheart Disciple, it's kind of the best beater. I'm not going to activate Visionary anytime soon. And the next turn I can either go Visionary plus Ancestral Anger, or I can like, keep the Massive Might up. Maybe I should have cast Wolf here for that reason, actually. Because it gets a green spell out of my hand when I only have 1 forest. Oh, straight Grixis from my opponent. Okay, alright, here we go. What do you got? A Desperate Farmer. Yeah. So you thinking about doing the discard thing? You can. Doesn't really seem like right now is the time to do that. Yeah, okay. So how do I want to do this? If I just trade here, so I could cast Visionary and just attack. They could just block with Entomber, flip their Farmer. I could threaten to block with Visionary, but it's kind of risky because if they kill it, then they're like hitting me back with a big lifelink dude. Alternatively, I could just go like Ancestral Anger onto this and do the same attack, and then maybe play like Sporeback Wolf and keep like, well, I do kind of want to get Ancestral Anger out of my hand. So yeah, maybe I'll cast Ancestral Anger, see how they respond, and then kind of go from there and see what I get. I think if they block, if they just block, oh, that's good. If they just block with Entomber to flip Farmer, okay, that's fine. Alright, instead I'm casting Sporeback Wolf then. I don't want to trade Visionary for Farmer. Wolf will do the job just as fine. I don't want to get like just attacked by this. If they want to spend their kill spell on that, I mean, so be it. That worked out pretty well. Probably best possible sequence out of that. I think Dormant Grove will roll out up here. Yeah, okay. Sure. Under a little pressure. Um, might just go Dormant Grove, no attacks, pass. Is that what I want to do? I could attack with Disciple, and then depending on how they, like, kind of the same deal. Like, am I going to double block Socialite next turn? I don't think so. Even if I, like, play Grove and then, like, I go to double block, if they have, like, any sort of interaction in my hand, I kind of get blown out. So I think that that's bad at this stage. Maybe actually just go Visionary, and wait on the Dormant Grove. So I can, like, afford to, like, maybe, like, make the double block, and then if they have something, it's not like the end of the world. Yeah, I think it's actually a little bit safer. I can, like, get some card draw going. Maybe I do attack with this. It'll be a 4/4. Is that... I still don't really have a good attack. I mean, they could block with, like, both, and then, like, what I trade with Farmer. Or they could, like, block, like, here and here. I kill one of them and their Farmer flips. I mean, I'd kill the Socialite. I would be happy trading with this with Socialite. Farmer flipping's kind of bad. I do got a Pressure, though. Is that a bad attack? It's definitely a positive trade if they trade it with literally anything. But I kind of want to use it for blocking, because it's the card I care about blocking with the least. Though I suppose they attack with Socialite, I'm double blocking here and here. It's kind of a big spew, isn't it? Yeah, I'll just deck with this. Maybe this wasn't the right call. Though it does put a ton of pressure on the board. So I don't know. I think this is a kind of a problem with Dormant Grove, is that it wasn't like an insane... oh, sure. That's kind of bad. Oh, okay. Is your last card Flame Blast Bolt? We'll find out. Those are only blood token. So do I take this? Do I just take it? Because it's better than trading off two of my creatures when they got a whole board full of creatures? Yeah. Evolving Wilds, sure. I don't think I'm going to activate one of these next turn. Because I think I kind of want to leave them for blocking. Just, like, cast the Dormant Grove, make my board a little bit better, leave Massive Might up. Like, it's kind of bad not... I want to be, like, a little bit better defended. Before activating these and then, like, losing additional life. I don't know. They're kind of way ahead of on board here. I think it goes here, because this will be, like, the best blocker, kind of. It could be on Sporeback Wolf, it's about the same. Yeah, we'll go like this. Well, actually, maybe I want one of the Visionaries, because then I can block with one of the Visionaries and then use Massive Might to save the Visionary. Is that better? I don't think so. We'll go like this. Then hopefully they don't draw really anything of worth here. I kind of want to just trade Visionaries off. I don't think I got the life to play around with. Yeah, I'll just block one. Double block. Is this the best blocks? Is it? I alternatively could, like... Actually, no. What if I go, like... Because I can save one of my creatures with Massive Might, and I kind of want to do that. So what if I go like this? They'll kill Visionary. And then I can block here and use Massive Might on the Lancer and save one of my creatures. And then that way I'm not losing... It's like the same either way, right? Except this way I can use Massive Might to save a guy, because if I block, I could still do the Massive Might to save Wolf, I guess. It's like the same. And it doesn't rely on Massive Might resolving for their creatures to die. So actually this is better. I get to draw a card. It's annoying. I got a good engine online, though. Also, maybe I will activate Visionary this turn. Uh-huh. It's good. Sure. Well... So, I'm still going to have the board kind of locked up, honestly, even if I activate this. I think I need to draw the card. So... Okay. Give myself 2 3/3s. No decks. Flooding out a little bit here. Uh-huh, that's bad. Well, what do I think of that? I kind of want to... So I really want to use Wolf Strike on that because I think it's kind of a problem. However, maybe I'll like put the counter on the Berserker, attack with Berserker, or I could put the counter on Wolf, and then I have like Vigilant attacks, and that's actually like kind of way better. Like I kind of want to keep adding the counters, but like maybe I actually like that more because then I have like a 3/6 Vigilance guy. And I can pressure while like being vigilant. Yeah. And I have a Wolf Strike here. Now part of me wants to save the... Depending on how they block, I think part of me wants to save the Wolf Strike for when they go to Lantern Bear or something. That's only 5. Oh no, that's 6. I see it. I'll do it like this. We'll put the damage. So we'll kill a Whispering Wizard with the Wolf Strike, and then that'll kill Scab, and I think that's best. And then if they like counter the Wolf Strikers, I don't think they can even counter the Wolf Strike. I think this is what I want to do. Now this will give them a 5-power flying lifelinker, but I think it's better. It like preserves my board kind of. I have like a gigantic board. They can attack for 5 back lifelink. Actually, I got to think about this because they attack for 5 lifelink in return. So they're going to 6, losing. They'll have 1 zombie token in this guy. They give them 5 lifelink. They'll go back up to 11. They can block here. Take 4, 7, 10. It's not actually lethal. I think I just let them have the Skull Scab. Yeah. I think I have to kill Harvester when they go to give it the wings. Oh boy, that's bad. Well, it's not that bad, honestly. They just turn it into a 2/2. They actually just turned it into a worst resource. At first I was like, oh, they're going to like lock down my board, but no, they're not. This turned out. All right. Sure, sure. Okay, we got there. Nice. Kind of a tough game to navigate, but that was kind of fun. All right, 2-1. That was round 3. See you for round 4. All right, round 4 against Fire Lord Master. Is this a hand? It is. It is. Been on the draw a lot. That's okay. I think my deck's a little bit better on the play, which is unfortunate because it's pretty aggressive. I mean, I got like a bunch of cheap stuff, and I'm trying to like force through damage and all that, but is what it is. Is what it is. My hand's decent. Hopefully I don't draw too many land. You know, for a red deck, I have like basically no blood, which is kind of awkward. I'll start with an Epic here. Alright. The Vamps. Another Epic here. Oh, they're gonna love this Flame Breather. Well, they started with some good damage. Triple Wolf Strike. Alright. We'll just put this Flame Breather out in front of them. These Epic Cures are going to be kind of weirdly good against my Villager. It's going to be tough for me to get Menace attacks in. That's alright. Desperate Farmer. Well, I don't want to block here because I don't have anything that can kill the Farmer yet. Kind of the downside of the old Wolf Strike. Cast this, no attacks. Now if they double attack here, I still don't kill it, I don't think. I'll just kind of take my licks. And then I can like Wolf Strike in return and then start bashing back or something like that. Farmer's been kind of a problem. That's even worse. Yo, okay. No blocks for now. Jeez, guys. Boy. I got 3 removal spells in my hand, they're useless. You know, it's funny, like, I mentioned on a previous draft that you really do need to support Wolf Strike a little bit, and I was like, but it's never really come up for me. It's never been that bad, and now look at me. Yeah, I see no reason to block right now. A Snarling Wolf. Yeah, alright. Funny thing is, this actually kind of blocks. I mean, they could just, like, totally own it. They got 2 cards in their hand. I can't believe I'm getting the crap kicked out of me by these Epicures. Yeah. Jeez. Bunch of removal out of my opponent. Any reasonable creature and like this would not be happening to me. Yeah, we'll just block. I want to do that before they get an opportunity to like, because they'd put me to 3 otherwise, and then like if they like did something like get rid of one of my blockers, I'd be in trouble. Okay, that's the game. That's a bad one. All right, dang. You kind of see the downside of Wolf Strike there. That's the worst I've ever seen it. That was really bad. All right, round 5. All right, round 5. Let's hope we do better than that. Yeah, this is a hand. Yeah, we'll do it. Sure. So I think I'm going to attack with Wolf. They probably won't block. Yeah. No, just jam Disciple. Got him. Red-blue. Red-blue. Always makes me nervous. Got a decent hand, though. Sure. So, what do I do? What's the actual move? I think I just jam Villager and jam with Disciple. Like, I don't really want to attack with the Wolf yet. And I want to, like, use my mana more effectively than, like, putting Anger on something. I could, like, go Anger, activate Snarling Wolf. That's an option. But they could just have, like, a Braid or something. I'm not going to do that into their open mana. I'm just going to cast my creature. I'm going to syncopate this, I guess. No? Okay. Oh, It's reasonable. Uh-huh. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? Great, sure. Well, do you got Flame Blessed Bolt too? Well, actually, they can't. They can't actually get it with Bolt. So we'll attack. Right. And then I'm going to play Visionary, actually. Yeah, anger your own, sure. You can do that. I think I'm kind of on the more aggressive path right now. So, I mean, like, yeah, if that's what you want to spend your mana doing, I mean, that's not bad by any means. But, like, I'm just more set up to do the bashing. If I draw a land here, I think we're just going to attack and play Cloak Cadet. Well, let me think about that. I think that's better. Alternatively, I could activate Visionary, see what I get, and then I'm tempted to just get in for the damage while I can. But like maybe I get like a 3-drop and I get almost as much damage done by having it be Snarling Wolf. Yeah, I'm gonna just activate it. A Weaver, sure. Yeah, see that works. You got like Lunar Rejection or something? You got 2 blue untapped. Okay, that's fine. I actually kind of like my spot. It's not ideal, but depending on what they have, of course. I mean, there are things that they could just slam. They got a bunch of cards in hand, so there are things that they could just slam that just own me here. It's not like my hand is like insane or anything like that, right? I'm gonna play this. Yeah, we'll attack first. We'll see what happens. If they don't block, I'm just going to jam Cadet. Okay. A Braid. Yeah. It's fine. You lose your guy. Serpentine Ambush. Nah. You're gonna bounce it back? Oh, that's fine. Cruel Witness, sure. Epicure, also sure. I'm tempted to pump Wolf Strike and then attack. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Go like what? More removal? Got more removal? Like has to cast 2 Braids. You got to Witness the Future, sure. I've never cast this card. It just seems really slow and awkward to me. But maybe I'm wrong. Especially if you got like really insane stuff, I guess it's alright. But 3 mana is a lot for that kind of an effect. To just like basically cycle. Eats people's graveyard cards. I don't know. Maybe I underrate it. If I draw a land, I get to do both Wolf and this. which is decent. Oh, Flourishing Hunter. I'm tempted to just attack with Weaver because I don't even want to risk trading off Wolf. And I can't cast 2 spells, so I think I'm just going to attack with Hunter or Weaver. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's Flame Blast Bolt. That's kind of annoying, but alright. Well, you got some uphill climbing to do. Maybe you can do it, though. Are you giving them the power of flight? That doesn't seem very good. Yeah, okay. Let's see what you got. A Storm Chaser Drake, sure. Oh, and you have enough mana to do the thing. Okay, well, that's a card. That's an additional card. That cannot be denied. Okay. Yeah, we'll just swing with the team here. Sure. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. You got 2 Angers in your deck right now still? So they can... It's currently at 4. I mean, they'd have to really just go off with Anger here. Be insane. Good game. You got it or nah? Sure. Looks like a no. Okay. Alright, we got it. 3 and 2. On round 6. Alright, round 6. Round 6 against a diamond opponent. Sure, this is a hand. On the draw again. Unfortunate. They keep, and so do I. I just need a green. Oh my god, I got it. I think I lead with Dawnheart here. Got no reason to just slam Visionary. This is actually good when I draw creatures with it. What do you got for me? Nothing. Okay. Well, I'm just going to cast Weaver here. You can counter it if you want. Uh-huh. Well, I am at peace with that. That did not hurt my feelings. A Cruel Witness, sure. I'll just cast Visionary and jam. It's fine. If they want to trade there, I die accept. Okay. A lot of blue-red. Also, I'm kind of nervous. You know, again, I keep mentioning this, but it's like when people like don't cast like a lot of early stuff, like I worry. Oh, you just unsummon this, huh? Yeah, that's something you can do. You got a counterspell for it this time, or what? We'll go, yeah, Mountain. I'll just jam it again. You can counter it if you want. Oh, okay. I'm kind of winning this race. If they tap out for something, I'm going to Wolf Strike. Alchemist's Retrieval. Maybe it would have been better to replay the Disciple, but I think it's fine. I really wanted to get that Cruel Witness off the board while I had an opportunity to, and they were tapped out. I didn't have to be afraid for my Wolf Strike. A Screaming Swarm, sure. What do I got? I just got the Weaver. Let's do this first. Sure. I'll cast this. And then we'll go Mountain. I'll cast the Dawnheart. Kind of the same deal. I want to be able to, like, I kind of want to Wolf Strike that, but also I think it's better to just play the guy. Is that true? Am I saying a truth? Let me think about that. So if I don't, on their upkeep, they could, like, they can put it on top again. And they do it on their upkeep, and so the next turn they'll redraw it. So it really doesn't, like, buy me that much time. Whereas if, like, they even attack me with it now, like, this is a risk if they have more interaction in their hand, I guess. But otherwise, I think this is better because they can't really afford to attack me because I'm threatening so much more damage back. They might not even have interaction in their hand. Yeah, Flame Breather, yeah. I accept. Sure. Okay. Start with this. And then I'll play Sharpshooter, and then just attack with my 2/4 power guys. I think that's fine. Or do I activate Visionary? We're at 14 still. By activating Visionary, I think I just play the Sharpshooter, seeing as I already got a power pump on that. It's kind of tight. Because whatever I get with Visionary, I can probably cast it. Did I play land this turn? I can't remember. That also kind of influences it. I don't think I did. But I want to be able to attack with both of these because that's so much more threatening. And I get the Sharpshooter on the field. Yeah, we'll do this. Actually, I didn't play land, then getting Wolf Strike ready to go would be kind of nice. Syncopate. Yeah, you countered it. Okay. Now we'll Wolf Strike. I think I just attack with these two. I can wait on this. No reason to trade this here, I don't think. Especially when, like, if they do the Screaming Swarm thing, like, this will become a lethal attacker. I can get the 1/1 Weaver out if I really want to. Yeah, Cat Guys, sure. And so they can put this... It's going to be a couple turns away to do the Screaming Swarm now. I'll start with this. Yeah, great. Like this. I gotta do some blocking. And then I'll just play out Dollhouse. Sure. Well, your top card's going to have to be good. It's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. I don't know if it would be good enough, but they get a Thirst for Discovery. That ain't going to do it. Alright, I think they're just dead. Yeah. No, there's no surviving. I don't think there's any sort of graveyard type effects. Yeah, good game. Good game. Alright, we did it. That was round 6, so we're now 4-2. That's pretty good with this deck. Alright, cool. See you for the next one. Alright, round 7, we're 4-2. I cut the Dollhouse for the Cadet. I don't know if that's right, but Dollhouse just seems really weak in this deck. Like, I'm just really unimpressed with it. Boy, yeah, I keep this hand, but I'm not crazy, but I got so many 2-drops that, like, I'm not casting here. My first card's my 3. I got so many 2-drops in the deck. Of course, this is the one I'm on the play, naturally, right? Right? Black, white, sure. Bloodseeker. Go for Fearful Villager. Anyway, yeah, I think Dollhouse just seemed really weak in this deck. I don't have a ton of creatures. Like, you saw in that last game, I stood to make a powerful 1/1. I'm not going to block that. You out of your mind? You crazy? Maybe they knew. They knew I would just not block it. Though, I mean, it does suggest to me maybe they got something going on in their hand. What was that? Gift of Fangs? Post-combat Gift of Fangs. What does that mean? we'll use this now. There's an argument to like holding on to this until I get better cards for Wolf Strike. This might be what is this? Fierce Retribution? No? Okay, no Retribution. Great. Okay, hand's kind of bad. Hand's kind of bad, gang. Yeah, if I would have started on Visionary, I'd feel way better about the situation. Fortunately, depending on what they do, I only need Fearful Villager to flip. Imprisonment on the Blossom. Okay. I accept. Like, I'm tempted to just attack and pass and not cast the Wolf. But that seems wrong. In fact, yeah, I think I will cast Wolf. Part of me wants to like flip this so I can like flip it and then Wolf Strike Bloodseeker, and then, you know, I'll be in decent shape. But I think this is better. They're kind of choked on mana here, so maybe I can like really get them with the Menace guy. I ain't blocking, Chief. I ain't doing it. They're beating me up with that. Resistance Squad. Yeah. It can't effectively block me. So do I Wolf Strike that? Do I Wolf Strike that? I attack back for 4, but they're still kind of beating me here. But otherwise, it's like I don't really have that much to defend against it. But what could I draw here? I mean, I guess I could draw like a 4-drop or something that I wouldn't want to cast alongside the Wolf Strike. I don't think I do. I think I wait. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so I think I do attack back here. And well, actually, I'm going to Wolf Strike. Cast a Visionary, and this puts a lot of pressure out. Like, they can't attack me back. I go to 10, but I'm kind of winning this race. Now, depending on what they cast here, of course. No attacks. Right. So I think I just attack with Fearsome Werewolf and then cast Flourishing Hunter and call that good. I could activate the Visionary. And in fact, maybe I should, because this will like set it up to like attack better in the future. And maybe I draw. Well, Wolf Strike doesn't really do it, does it? Well, yeah, sure it does. Risky. Depending on what I hit with this, it's going to be, you know, of course, way different. Part of me just wants to get the Flourishing Hunter out. Yeah, and in fact, I think that's the better play. I can do this next turn. This could be a something. I hope this isn't like Cemetery Protector into double block. I guess it wouldn't be so bad. Okay. A reasonable turn of events. Sure. Let's see what I got. Well, we'll activate this first. I Wolf Strike, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I think I just attack with the Flourishing Hunter. I take it. Okay. I'll cast Sharpshooter. And then which of these two gets the strike? I mean, I don't want them to have the 4/3 lifelink, but the 3/5 is kind of blocking me better. I still think it's Farmer. Well, Maybe it's not. So if I kill Restless Bloodseeker, they get a 4/3 lifelink. They could attack me back with it. They go up to 9. Except then I have, what, a 6/6, a 4/3, this guy that can attack for 2, and then this will be attacking for 2. Like, yeah, maybe I just let him have it. Because this makes all my other attackers better. Kind of risky. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. These farmers have been really annoying for me. What's better? Yeah, because if I don't, I can attack with these two, but this can only go up to like a 2/5, which means like this can get like double blocked, and then if they have something like another like Retribution or like a Bleed Giant Flourishing Hunter, then like my entire board's blocked up. Yeah, this is riskier, but I think it's actually more risky to not to leave the 3/5 on the battlefield. Because, yeah, they could try to attack me here, but my attack backs are really good. I think either way, I think both were a tough call. I don't know. Might have been a mistake, though. Do you battle? No? Okay. Well, bad draw. I've not been drawing well. I will say that. I'll take with these two. Anything else, they just block and gain life. I mean, okay. This is Adamant Will. Sure. Yeah. Really kind of flooding out here, though. Could use some action. Yeah, alright. Attacking here is not bad for you, my friend. But, I mean, I do attack back for more, but it's like you're actually racing me then. Seems decent. Yeah. Do you have another one? If it's another Adamant Will, I lose all my creatures here and it's bad. I see no reason to do that. Dormant Grove, here we go. Now this will be huge because if they allow me to just do it on the wolf and then full attack, like, yeah, another Hero's Downfall, sure. I had a feeling there was a bunch of double black cards in that hand, but it's alright. A Griff Rider. You attack me back. I go to 7. Go. I don't even need to play the mountain. Go Fearful Villager. I could still lose this. This Griff Rider is going to kind of bash me pretty solidly. But they are going to 3 here. And then to attack back, they're basically going to have to just, like, chump attack with this. Yeah, okay. That's a really good sign. Uh-huh. Yeah. Sure. Alright, well, they got me kind of locked down. Goodness gracious, it would have been really nice to draw a spell there. Because I can't really attack with any of them. Like, I just kind of can't attack now. It would have been really good to draw a spell there. Holy cow, like literally anything. Because yeah, if I attack, they can like double block here, and then like block here, and then like the Quartermaster was huge for them. This is good though. That's very annoying though. So you immediately threaten lethal next turn too. What the heck? Oh my gosh, if I lose this game this way, guys. Yeah, we lost. No way. Man, they just... frankly, they just drew way better than me like in the end of the game here. They're just absurd. Oh, wait, no. They... Oh, never mind. They did have life. Like, it like said -1 for a second, and then that was that. Okay. Well, we'll make an attack. Oh, I can't believe we lost this way. Yeah. Well, that's it, gang. Oh. Naturally. Alright. I mean, we were losing anyways. Yuck. That was a tough loss. I thought we had that one for sure. But yeah, they just kind of got the sick rips there. That's alright. 4-3, not bad. I mean, it's kind of better than I expected this deck to do. I wouldn't have been surprised if we just got clobbered. Let's open some packs. Here, probably Fell Stinger. Actually, I think Overcharged Amalgam's enough better. Well, actually, I don't know. This is actually pretty close. This is pretty close. Maybe it's actually the Fell Stinger. It's in a color I like more, and it's like it's an exploit card, so they got the same drawback. And this effect, it might actually be more powerful. Depends. And it's a cheaper card, and it's a Death Touch. Tough to say. I think I'd take Fell Stinger, but Amalgam's not like wrong either. Here, Bleed Dry unless it's good. Oh, it's a land. I mean, I like those for my collection. An easy Bleed Dry. This is Celebrants. Oh, nope, Cemetery Illuminator. This card's quite excellent. If you could just go off with it. I mean, 3-mana 2/3 flyer is like decent anyways, and then that you can just like really super go off and just draw a bunch of cards. It's really quick good. And then here, all of this is bad. Probably Celebrants. Or the Falconwrath Forebear. Yeah, I think I'd pick this. Can't block is a big liability, but a 3/1 flyer for 3 that can't actually die is like a really annoying threat if you are aggressive, and it's got a relevant creature type, so I'd take that. Alright, cool. Well, that was it. Thanks for joining. Probably only got a few more of these left before Kamigawa, but I'm still planning on making more videos up until then, so I will see you next time.